encourage. This is coming from 2nd Chronicles 15, verse 8 through 9. And it says in verse 8, "And when Asa heard these words and the prophecy of Oded the prophet, he took courage and put away the abominable idols out of all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he had taken from Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altar of the Lord that was before the porch of the Lord." So again, we spoke about this, we touched briefly on it, about how you need to be encouraged to do good, because what happened with Asa is he was starting to take things away, but people were still pining after the abominable idols. He was still seeing weaknesses within the nation. And he was starting to question himself to say, well, is it possible for me as being one person to really be an influential person for the nation to a point where they will want to change? And he was really losing hope for a moment. And when he lost hope, he stopped his work, right? And for us, sometimes when we lose encouragement, especially in the Word of God, we stop renewing ourselves, we stop working on ourselves, and we start to compromise with what sins we're doing, with how we're feeling. We know what's right from what's wrong. But again, when you're not encouraged to do good, all of your actions begin to be subpar. Instead of you trying to reach perfection, you're just trying to get through life. You're just trying to do right by others. And these are things or doctrines or ways of thinking that we adopt when we start to lose encouragement. Again, if you're not with the right people, in the right church, in the right environment, getting fed the right words, you are going to lose encouragement. Even as leaders, we can lose encouragement simply because you have lost yourself by just speaking good words all the time. When we're preaching, when we're teaching, when we're doing right, it's not a job. We can't put it on and take it off. If we're living life that way, you're going to find it very difficult to do right. You're going to find yourself as a fake. Your family's going to find yourself as a fake. Everyone around you is going to find yourself as a fake. But the thing of God, you have to be real. You have to feel as though you're doing right. You have to be doing right. You have to be rewarded by God for your best in order to continue in God's best. It's not a question of if you could do it. You can do it. But if you're always bringing God what's not your best, he cannot bless your works. And how he will bless your works is first by encouraging you that you're doing a good job. But secondarily, he will open you to more problems that first you need to fix. But then he will also raise more opportunities for you to show who you are in God. In 9, it says, "And he gathered all Judah and Benjamin and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh and out of Simeon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance, where they saw that the Lord his God was with him." You may serve God in order to help your spouse. You may serve God in order to help the world, but you need to serve God for you first. People have to see the change within you before they could even think about change for themselves. Now, you may say, well, wow, that's a big statement. And it is, because think about it. How do you know? How do you know what you want to be until you see someone who's doing it? Right? There are so many people who say, I don't want to serve God because all I see are hypocrites, people who are saying they're serving God, and I really believe them for a season, only to find out they were doing the same sins I was doing. Now, for some people, they use that as an excuse, but some people really and truly find those things as reasons as to why they can't serve God. Now, to back this, we can't always be looking for someone to encourage us. We're not always going to find that person. And why God always shows us our weaknesses is because he doesn't want you to put your trust in man. He wants you to put his trust in God. And that's why he came as a messenger. We read this in Isaiah, but he came as a messenger, God being Jesus, to show you that there was a man who did it. And you could always find encouragement in him, meaning Jesus Christ. Don't lose hope. You're doing good. And although your body, your mind, your friends, your family is telling you, man, you're taking things too seriously, they will never understand how you feel when you really serve God and you're putting forth your best. So again, don't settle. Be encouraged that you're doing right, and that when you're doing right, God is not only going to show you more of your faults, but he's going to present new opportunities for you, because now he could trust you to do what's right. God bless.